today, we count down the 10 Heisman winners who had the best NFL careers. Number 10. Carson Palmer was a star at USC and took home the Heisman Trophy in 2002 after throwing for 3,942 yards and 33 touchdowns. He was selected first overall by the Cincinnati Bengals in 2003. Number 9. Herschel Walker won the 1982 Heisman Trophy after rushing for 1,752 yards and 16 touchdowns in his final year at Georgia. He was taken in the 5th round by the Dallas Cowboys in 1985. As a 2-time Pro Bowler, Herschel Walker retired, finishing with 8,225 rushing yards, 61 rushing touchdowns, 4,859 receiving yards, and 21 receiving touchdowns. He was also the centerpiece of one of the most disastrous trades in NFL history. Number 8. Tim Brown played all 4 seasons at Notre Dame, and he went out with a very questionable Heisman Trophy win in 1987, in which he accumulated 39 receptions for 846 yards and 3 touchdowns. Yikes. Big yikes. But he would become one of the NFL's most dominant receivers in the 90s, racking up 1,000-yard seasons every year from 1993 to 2001. He finished with 1,094 receptions for 14,934 receiving yards and 105 touchdowns. Number 7. One of the most dominant defensive players in college and NFL history, Charles Woodson won the Heisman in 1997 as a junior for Michigan, becoming the first defensive player in all of college football to win it. All of college football. But the Oakland Raiders saw his potential and drafted him 4th overall in 1998. Wood was a 9-time Pro Bowler and Super Bowl 45 champion who racked up 65 interceptions, 13 defensive touchdowns, and 33 forced fumbles in his career. He also won the NFL Defensive MVP. Undoubtedly an all-time top cornerback. Number 6. In his 4th year at Pitt, Tony Dorsett took home the 1976 Heisman Trophy after rushing for 2,150 yards and 22 touchdowns. Dominance. The 4-time Pro Bowler won Super Bowl 12 and ranks 10th all-time in rushing yards with 12,739 and 92 touchdowns. Number 5. In his last season at USC, Marcus Allen rushed for a ridiculous 2,342 yards and 22 touchdowns, taking home the 1981 Heisman Trophy. Now, the Raiders drafted Marcus Allen in 1982, and boy, did he deliver. The 6-time Pro Bowler guided Oakland to a Super Bowl 18 championship with 191 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns, earning the MVP. He also took home the 1985 NFL MVP. Number 4. The juice was loose in the NFL too. OJ racked up 1,709 rushing yards and 22 touchdowns in 1968, earning him the Heisman Trophy. And the Buffalo Bills took Simpson 1st overall in 1969. He became one of the most electrifying running backs of the era. Nordberg won the 1973 League MVP and Offensive Player of the Year award while leading the NFL in rushing 4 times. The Hall of Famer retired with 11,236 yards and 61 touchdowns. I don't have any killer puns for this one. Number 3. Earl Campbell won the Heisman Trophy in 1977 after rushing for 1,744 yards and 18 touchdowns. He reached 5 Pro Bowls, won the 1979 NFL MVP, and was a 3-time NFL Offensive Player of the Year. The Hall of Famer finished with 9,407 rushing yards and 74 touchdowns. Number 2. Roger Staubach played 3 years for the Navy Midshipmen and won the Heisman Trophy in 1963 after throwing for 1,474 yards and 7 touchdowns. It was a completely different era. He wasn't drafted until the 10th round, 129th overall by Dallas in 1964. He led them to Super Bowl 6 and 12 and was named to 6 Pro Bowls. Captain Comeback was named to the 1970s All-Decade Team, finishing his career with 153 touchdowns and 22,700 passing yards. He also gave us the first ever Hail Mary. Number 1, Barry Sanders. Barry won the 1988 Heisman Trophy as a member of the Oklahoma State Cowboys, finishing with an impressive 2,850 rushing yards, and 37 touchdowns. He also added a punt return and kickoff return touchdown, bringing his total touchdown total to 39. He would then become the franchise cornerstone of the Detroit Lions. He only played 10 seasons in the NFL, but he made the Pro Bowl every single year and eclipsed 1,000 yards rushing in every campaign. He was co-MVP in 1997 and was a two-time Offensive Player of the Year. His 15,269 rushing yards are fourth most all time. He also finished with 99 career touchdowns. God damn, I hate the Lions. An easy number one choice on our list. Did we get this countdown right? Make sure you comment below. Make sure you like and subscribe to Quality Sports. We'll see you next time on the countdown.